Lesson 1-18 Practice. Practicing point-by-point transformations. Question 1. The figures are congruent. All the sequences of transformations that would take figure 1 to figure 2. Well, the easiest way would be to translate this figure from A to D. So translate by directed line segment AD. So if we just move this triangle down here, so A is on top of D, that would take figure 1 to figure 2. Rotate 180 degrees around point C. That would turn it upside down, so it would be pointed up, and C would be where point B is. Translate by directed line segment CE. So you would take, so I said C is where B is, so you would take that down there, and then we would have to reflect it over this line, EF, right? Reflect across segment AB, okay? That would make it look like this. It'd make it look like the triangle ABF. Rotate clockwise by angle BFE. BFE is a 90-degree angle. We're going to move that clockwise using center F, and then you would have to reflect it across segment EF. Question 2. This question has two parts. First answer part A, then answer part B. Which of the following contains the image figure ACTS after a clockwise rotation around point T using angle CTS? CTS is a right angle, and then a translation by directed line segment CT. So if we move it clockwise 90 degrees, it would face right, and then if we move it in CT direction, we would move it right. So we rotate it right 90 degrees, and then we move it right. So the answer choice is B. You can see they rotated 90 degrees, and then they moved it right. Which of the following describes another sequence of transformations that will result in the same image as the correct answer to part A? Well, it would be if it was backwards. So you would translate it by segment CT, and then rotate it around point T using angle CTS. Question 3. This figure contains triangle ABC, directed line segment U, and the image of triangle ABC after a sequence of rigid transformations. Select all transformations needed to produce the image of triangle ABC. Well, we would have to reflect over line segment AB, and then move and translate move down line segment U. Reflect across line segment AB, translate by directed line segment U. Question 4. Select all transformations that take any point A to any point B. Well, the easiest way is to translate it by that directed line segment. So translate by the directed line segment AB. Rotate 180 degrees, that's turn upside down, using the midpoint of segment AB as the center. So the first point, the first answer we selected just said move A to B, translate, and that would work. The second one said you flip it upside down and you rotate it up 180 degrees across the midpoint, and that would be the midpoint. So if you flip this upside down across this point, it would also do it. And obviously this is the perpendicular bisector. So if we reflect across the perpendicular bisector, so we could get there by translating, reflecting, or rotating. Question 5, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Which of the following describes a sequence of rigid motions that takes A to A prime, B to B prime, and C to C? So you can see it says C to C, so we are going to rotate it about point C. To do this, we have to translate, rotate, and reflect. So translate triangle ABC by the directed line segment B to B prime. So you're going to move this point to this point. Rotate the image using center B until the image of C coincides with C prime, then reflect across line B prime, C prime. So we are going to move B to B prime, then you have to rotate about point B until C coincides, and then we reflect it across this line BC. Question 6, the quadrilateral has rotation symmetry that can take any of its vertices to any of its other vertices. Select all conclusions that we can reach from this. If they have to have the same length and the side length, and they all have to have the same angle measure, like an equilateral triangle, Question 7. A quadrilateral has a line of symmetry. Select all conclusions that must be true. Well, you can think of it like a kite. So I sketched a kite, and then this is the line of symmetry right here, the line that connects these 2 points, right? It's not an exact kite. So it has to have 2 congruent sides and 2 congruent angles. Question 8, refer to the segments. Which segment is the image of FG when rotated 90 degrees clockwise around point P? So you can see FG is a vertical segment and point P is to the right of it. So 90 degree clockwise rotation. If I rotate this around this point, 90 degree clockwise is negative 90. You can see we get a horizontal line above the dot, so that's AB. You see the horizontal line above point P, that's AB. Which statement is true about a translation? Well, translations takes a line to a parallel line or itself.